So the last topic is just AWS support plan. So when you are using AWS accounts or you create an AWS account, there are 5 different support plans. When you open your account, you are on the basic support, which is free. And this free, there is limit to how AWS can support you. If you are using a limit account, you are not going to go to AWS and, hey, I have issue with my account. Can you send me somebody to help me out? They are not going to do that because you're on the basic. So the basic plan, which is the free plan, provides you basic information. You have access to, maybe if something is wrong with your account, maybe somebody overcharge you, or you overcharge, or you didn't pay when you're supposed to pay, or you have questions about billing, then you can contact AWS in the form of writing or chatting with them. You have access to the documentations, the technical paper, and the best guide, the best practice guide. And then the service F check. If anything happens to AWS, AWS will inform you that, hey, something happened to your account. So those are what you have access to under the basic. The second plan is the developer plan. And this is only good if you are testing out AWS. Maybe you just got a job with AWS and your company is trying to make you use some of the resources that you have not used in the past. Then you can do the developer plan so that you can actually have more support from AWS. Maybe something happens to your account, or you're having challenge, you can tell them that, hey, I'm having this, and they can help you to do client-side diagnostic. Maybe you can use their client-side diagnostic tools. The next one is the business. This is when it started getting real. And this business costs $100 per month. The developer costs $29 per month. And here you have access to everything that Basic have access to, everything that developer have access to, and you have access to more. And one of that is all AWS Trusted Advisor Check. Remember, we discussed this in the last class, the Trusted Advisor Check. So if you are on business support, they will do all the 6 checks for you. If you are on the maybe developer or the Basic, they will not do all the 6 checks. I think they will do 4 or 2 or something like that, but I know security is part of it. Then the next one is when it started getting expensive, which is enterprise on ramp. Both the enterprise on ramp and enterprise, they are the same. The only thing that differs between both of them is this. And you can see designated and pool. So when you are doing the enterprise, the price is $15,000. And that's why they call it enterprise per month, $15,000 per month. So if you are on enterprise on ramp, I think this is more than, one of them is 15, one of them might be more. But when you are doing enterprise on ramp, AWS have what they call the technical account manager. So for the for the enterprise on ramp, you do not have access to a designated account manager. Anytime you have issue with your account, maybe you want them to review you want them to provide you a application architect, or you need their support on infrastructure architect, then they will just look at who among of these technical manager is free. Which one among of the 1 to 150 is free? Then they will just assign you any one of them that is free. This month, if you have issue, you might get a man. The next month, you might get a female. The next month, you might get somebody from India. The next month, you might get somebody from USA. So they just assign anybody that is free. But when you are doing enterprise, they give you one person, and anything that happens to your account, anything you need to do, it is that same person that you are going to be contacting. So that's sound like your point of contact in AWS. And if you are doing this, that is even more better, because that person will understand the structure of your environment. It's just like an employee to you, but it's not an employee, let's say consultant to you. So these are all the supports. There are 5 of them: basic, developer, business, enterprise on ramp, and enterprise. Those are all the different kind of supports that you can get on AWS. So the technical account manager, this is your organization primary points of contact, and you only get access to a tab if you enroll in either the enterprise on ramp or enterprise support. And they provide guidance, technical expertise, and best practice. And this is what most organizations do. I'm not talking about all the starting fair, maybe startup. I mean big organization. They always have TAM, the dedicated TAM most likely. All right. So what we've covered in this topic, we've covered the AWS free tiers. And under the free tier, we have completely free, partially free, and monthly free. We've covered consolidated billing, and covered tools for planning, estimate, and review your AWS costs, which we have AWS budget, billing, usage, and things like that. And you also have Cost Explorer. Then we look at AWS support plan. And another topic we talk about is AWS Marketplace, where you can get different kind of services or tools that you can integrate with your AWS. So this is the end of this module, and this is the end of the topic, so Cloud Essential. So where do we go from here? Our next topic, our next training starts November 9, but the demo is on November 2nd. That's when we're going to discuss how we're going to run the program. So I've already shared the flyer. Let me bring out the flyer again, 1 second. Okay, you can see my screen. So here is the flyer, and these are what we're going to cover. The training, if you want to register for it, you can go to training.thecornelis.com/join. Then this is what you will get from the training. You'll be able to, everything we're going to cover is going to be hands-on. So we're going to start with AWS Cloud Security Architectural Design and Review. You're going to be able to design security architecture, and you're also going to review. If you're not going to design it, but looking at it, you'll be able to review it, you'll be able to talk about it. If it is not properly unstructured or is not using highly availability, fault tolerance, you'll be able to tell. Then we are also going to jump into AWS Cloud Security Engineering. That's where we're going to be creating resources, deploying resources, and we're going to be doing all of this using pipeline, which is CI/CD pipeline. And for the pipeline, we are going to be using AWS code pipeline, and we're also going to use GitHub Actions. Then there is a section that we're going to cover GitHub and GitHub Action. This is a full course on its own. Then also we're going to be learning about Terraform and CloudFormation. I don't really like CloudFormation, to be honest with you, but I don't have choice. I have to cover it because AWS have a lot of solutions, a lot of projects, and most of these solutions, when I say solutions, those are the real life solutions that you can apply to a work, and they are all secure. But all of them are configured or deployed using Terraform. So if you want to use any one of them, then you need to understand Terraform. And so that's why I'm bringing Terraform in there. But if you go for any interview, company will prefer you to have Terraform knowledge than CloudFormation, because Terraform is, you can use Terraform for any cloud, GCP, Azure, AWS, and the process is the same. But CloudFormation, you can only use it for AWS. So, and also Python. Python is a very, very good tool you should have when you are doing anything cloud engineering, either security, DevOps, or system engineering. Python is very, very good to help you to automate daily tasks or redundant tasks. So then another topic that we're going to cover is hands-on on AWS CLI. I've seen a lot of people, they know how to use AWS, but they only know how to use AWS using console. Several times I've worked with companies that they always have a project to block console access, meaning that they don't want people to go to console and be deploying resources. They want people to deploy resources using CLI, using SDK, using infrastructure as code. So if you don't understand how to use all this infrastructure as code, then it might be difficult for you to work with some companies because they don't allow console access at all. So then the next one is hands-on on ingesting log from security tools to Splunk. If you put a lot of security tools in place, if you are monitoring them, monitoring is not enough. You need to also be able to analyze them. And analyzing log is a redundant task. You see, one request or 1 day request or 1 day work might generate millions of log. So if you need to go over 1 million of log in a day, that's a lot of tasks. So what companies do is that they ingest all these logs into analytical tools. An example of that is Splunk. So when they ingest this log into all these analytical tools, those analytical tools, they take that log and they refine it and they index it as well, and they display it in a virtual format. So that way it's easy for you to analyze. Instead of going through 1 million files, They will just tell you that within this 1 million files, there is only 2 security issues, and these are the security issues. So it's kind of easy that way. So we're going to be looking at how do we send our own log into Splunk. As I said earlier, most of the time, I'm not a fan of certification. I'm not saying it's not good to have certification, but practical is always the best. So if you want to have certification, you can still use my course for certification, but you will need more to use it to pass certification. But if you want a course that can take you to an interview and get you the job and be able to do the job, then that is the cost I'm offering. So it's purely hands-on and it's on the, you also get some bonus, and among the bonuses, we're going to help you to optimize, review your resume and your LinkedIn. We have a job application support process. Currently, we charge for it. If you want us to apply for a job for you, you can go to Easy Apply, and let me bring up the page. You can go to Easy Apply, and you can apply there. We can help you to look for job, any job. It does not necessarily mean AWS. We've helped people with nursing job, we help people with data analytics, we help people with IT support. So any job, just go to Easy Job Is and fill up the application. But if you register for this upcoming class, you're going to have access to this free of charge for 3 months, meaning that immediately after the course, you don't need to be applying for a job by yourself. We're going to be applying job for you. And what we do is that we take your resume, we look at job description, and we optimize your resume to fit that job description. And we've seen lots of success. So if you scroll down, you can pick if you want purely remote, let's just specify that you want purely remote. If you go to the next stage, let me just put some random information there. So here we request for your email and password. For that, you can create a dedicated, a basic email, because when somebody is applying job for you, they need to be checking the email to make sure that it's not only applying. If there's any need for, maybe at times they will just send message to the email and say, okay, answer this question, so they can do that on your behalf without disturbing you. Then you're going to put in your let me just .com here, sorry. So I'm just going to type password here. When you're filling this, nobody is looking on your shoulder. So once you put this password, you actually need to send it to us. Then you have to fill in your background, course background. I'm just going to say security, then the institution that you finished from, then your degree, you put in your degree, and you put in, if you have certification, just put it here too, and just fill all this information, then upload your resume. If you go to the next page, which if you need me to fill out the form, there you can select whether you want purely remote, or you want on site, or you want hybrid. So that is for that. And if you are registering for the course, just let me sign out so that I can show you. So if you are registering for the course, you just go to training.thecornelis.com, then you will see join November training somewhere around here. Okay, this automatically logging me back in. I don't want to log in. Here. So you see join the November class, just click on it and fill in the form. So those are what we're going to cover. Okay, this right now. So for the demo, it's going to be on November 2nd next month, and the class will start November 7th, Saturday. I think the class starts November. Yeah, the class starts Saturday. So let me check. November 2nd is. Okay, this is supposed to be November 9. I'm going to change it. The demo is November 2nd, and the class starts November 9, not 7. This is a mistake here. I'm going to change that. So those 9 is like Friday, like Thursday, and the 7 is like Thursday. So it starts November 9. But the demo is November 2nd. Irrespective, we are going to still send email to those people that are registered. We registered. If you do not see email or do not hear from us, that means we do not admit you. I actually want to work with people that are more serious this time around. We want few students. So that is all. And the duration is 4 months. It's 4 months, and we are focusing majorly on security, only on security, and we're going to have a lot of projects as well. This is a boot camp, not like our regular training, which we first talk about the service concept. This is more of hands-on. And if you're coming to the class, you expect to come prepared. You're going to be sharing your screen. You're going to be doing exactly what I'm doing, and going to be joining the group. So this is more practical, not theoretical, and it's going to be more different than what we'll be doing. All right, if you have any question, you can call this number, or you can send email to this link. That is cornelisinc@gmail.com. All right, that is what I have for today. If you have questions for me, you can ask now. Otherwise, I want to say thank you guys for joining the training from the beginning, which is we start the training September 5 up to today, and you guys are continuously showing up. I appreciate you. And if you miss any part of the class, you can see the video for all the classes on our YouTube channel, and it's under a single playlist. So if you go to the playlist, you have access to all the video, including today's one. So if you have any question, you can come in, you can send email, or you can put the question in our Telegram, or put it in the comment section of the YouTube video where you have the question from. All right, if there's no question, I appreciate you guys. Thank you for coming, and let's see on November 2nd. And before that, please always look at the YouTube. I've created some of the videos that I will start posting there now regularly. And like yesterday, I created a lot of setup, like how to set up your Visual Studio Code, how to set up your Bash, how to set up your Terraform, and how to link them together for the AWS projects. And I'll be uploading some of the video there in a few days' time. So keep checking that as well. All right, thank you guys. See you.